some might suggest that Prince Harry is a very cocky young man. Well, not exactly too much younger anymore. When you hit 40, you know what they say, life begins at 40. Dreading it myself, as you can imagine. You are too, I can say. Yes, it's a terrible thing, isn't it, to hit 40. But the bottom line is for Harry, he still believes, of course, that he cuts a lot of sway, particularly inside the British monarchy, as one can imagine. And the other side of the coin is really this. You see, Harry recently let out the fact that he didn't really believe William would do this. Yes. What though? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for your time. Nice to have your company. By the way, if you are a fan of the fabulous BBC comedy It Ain't Half Hot, Mum, do you remember that? Which, of course, starred Windsor Davies, Don Estelle, and, of course, Melvin Hayes. Well, sadly, one of the cast members who reached the wonderful age of 90, John Clegg, sadly passed away. Do you remember him? Gunnar Graham. Wonderful actor, always looked like the Gorm, didn't he? But he was just, I think everybody in that cast made it fun. And everybody today, we get told off because we're not allowed to screen it over here in the United Kingdom on the main channels because it's not seen as PC. Yet Michael Bates, who played the main character as well, remember him? Well, he said, actually, it was a play on the English and it was them that looked the fools, not, of course, India. So again, you have to think, why can't it be shown? But let's all remember John Clegg, a wonderful, wonderful actor who, of course, made that show so spectacularly funny all of those years ago and still very enjoyable now. Episodes are on YouTube if you want to check it out. Very funny. It will cheer you up. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now, as I often say here on the show, I do find this particular story fascinating because recently it was emerged that the battle between William and Harry has now gone on over 2 years. And I told you that they hadn't spoken in such a long time. And it's a shame in many respects because clearly there's only one excuse for that, and that is the wife of Harry. Meghan Markle has managed to put a drift between the two when there really wasn't one there. There was petty jealousy, as there are with all brothers, but deep-hearted love was there. And then that happened, and Harry decided to fully believe exactly what his wife was telling him, which has been proven time and time again to be not exactly the spot-on truth. But Harry, again, willing to believe what's put forward. Now, moving forward on this, it's interesting because a recent ex-chum has said that Harry has been told, that he wouldn't necessarily expect an invite to William's coronation in the fullness of time. And this is because, of course, people are looking towards what would happen in the next, say, 10, 15, 20 years or something like that. Because, of course, our wonderful monarch lasted to the ripe old age of 96. But apparently, Harry basically has told a source back, and this is an excellent source, that he doesn't think that would happen and that William will really capitulate in the end and say, yes, you could come in some form, a little bit like his father did with the coronation. And the reasoning behind this apparently is the fact that he believes that he wouldn't want to look bad in public in that particular time, a coronation, a brand new king, all of that sort of stuff. This is very much further into the future. But as we're now looking towards Harry's 40th birthday, I wouldn't be too sure about that because, as we now know, Harry's looking at a very thinned down party. And one might suggest, as I told you before, this could turn into something of a corporate event, if possible. Either way, things are not looking too hot right now in the relationship, as one can imagine. But as a source pointed out to me, Harry can think all he wants, but look, he never thought he'd be in this position, friendless and virtually famulous, with nobody around him. But the truth is, he is. And the other point of it is, William is as stubborn as Harry when backing down. So if Harry feels that he's going to get his own way in the future, it could be even harder. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.